Shalom, Moshpakas. Today's message is going to focus on the spiritual journey of waking up to the presence of Yahuwah, learning to discern his voice, recognizing his signs, and obtaining his divine knowledge and understanding. The call to awakening, opening the eyes and ears. Awakening is a shift from a carnal, sleeping flesh and mind state, switching to a spiritual, alert state, where one perceives the word and works of the Most High. Awake from the sleep. Awake, you who sleep. Arise from the dead, and Yahusha shall give you the light. We see this here in Ephesians 5:14, which reads, Wherefore he says, Awake you that sleep, and arise from the dead, and Mashiach shall give you light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of Yah is. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Ruach, speaking to yourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to Yahuwah, giving thanks always for all things to Elohim and the Father in the name of our Adonai Yahusha HaMashiach, submitting yourselves one to another in fear of Elohim. The daily wake-up. Yahuwah awakens the ear of his servants morning by morning to hear, as we see in Isaiah 50:40-5, which states, Adonai Yahuwah has given me the tongue of the learned, that I should know how to speak a word in season to him that is weary. He awakens morning by morning. He awakens my ear to hear as learned. Adonai Yahuwah has opened my ear, and I was not rebellious, neither turned away back. Turning from worldly things. The awakening requires turning one's eyes away from the worthless things to focus on the word, as seen here in Psalms 119:37, which reads, Turn away my eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken me in your way. Hearing the voice of Yahuwah. Hearing Yahuwah is not just about an audible voice, but a gentle stillness that requires a surrendered heart. The shepherd's voice. We see how Yahuwah's sheep only hear his voice, as seen in John 10:2-4, and it says, But he that enters in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him that porter opens, and the sheep hear his voice. And he calls his own sheep by name, and leads them out. And when he puts forth his own sheep, he goes before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. That still small voice. Yahuwah often speaks in a whisper, which can be mistaken for our own thoughts, requiring us to learn his voice through Scripture. We see this in 1 Kings 19:11-13, and it reads, And he said, Go forth and stand upon the mount before Yahuwah. And behold, Yahuwah passed by, and a great and strong wind rent the mountains, and broke in pieces the rock before Yahuwah. But Yahuwah was not in the wind, and after the wind an earthquake. But Yahuwah was not in the earthquake, and after the earthquake a fire, but Yahuwah was not in the fire, and after the fire a still small voice, and it was so. When Eliyahu heard it, that he wrapped his face in his mantle, and went out, and stood in the entering of the cave. And behold, there came a voice unto him, and said, What are you doing here, Eliyahu? Obedience as hearing. The ability to hear is directly connected to obedience, not just hearing words, but walking in the way. We see this in Isaiah 29. I'll read 29:17-24 for you, which states, Is it not yet a very little, and Lebanon shall be turned into fruitful field, and the fruitful field shall be esteemed as a forest. And in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the Sefer, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity, and out of the darkness. The meek also shall increase their joy in Yahuwah, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Yasharal. For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproves in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. Therefore thus says Yahuwah, who redeemed Abraham, concerning the house of Yaakov, Yaakov shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale. But when he sees his children, the work of my hands, in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name, and sanctify the Holy One of Yaakov, and shall fear the Elohai of Yasharal. They also have erred in the Ruach, shall come to understanding, and they that murmured shall learn doctrine. Seeing the signs of Yahuwah. Seeing the signs requires a spiritual discernment, your eyesight, to recognize Yahuwah's hand in daily life in prophetic times. The sign of obedience, a sign that one is truly walking with Yahuwah, is the ability to walk in righteousness and see their path protected. We see this here in Proverbs 4:20-27, which reads, My son, attend to my words, incline your ear unto my sayings. Let them not depart from your eyes, guard them in the midst of your heart, for they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Put away from you a froward mouth, and perverse lips put far from you. Let your eyes look right on, and let your eyelids look straight before you. Ponder the path of your feet, and let all your ways be established. Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove your foot from evil. The sign of times shows the importance of recognizing the need to remember ourselves and return to the covenant, as we see in Baruch 2:29-30. And it reads, If you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity they shall remember themselves. Vision and prayer. Looking for vision as you pray is a key to recognizing Yahuwah's direction. Gaining knowledge and understanding. Divine knowledge and understanding are not gained through intellect, but through reverence, fear of Yahuwah, and the study of his word. The source. For Yahuwah is the source of all things. We see this here in Proverbs 2:1-8, which reads, My son, if you will receive my words, and hide my commandments with you, so that you incline your ear unto wisdom, and apply your heart unto understanding, if you cry after knowledge, and lift up your voice for understanding, if you seek her as silver, and search for her as a hid treasures, then shall you understand the fear of Yahuwah, and find the knowledge of Elohim. For Yahuwah gives wisdom, out of his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. He lays up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. He keeps the path of judgment and guards the way of his child. Line upon line. Understanding is gained through meditating on the word, precept upon precept, line upon line. We see this in Isaiah 28:9-10, and it reads, Whom shall teach knowledge, and whom shall make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, for precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little, and there a little. The fear of Yahuwah. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of Yahuwah, which leads to separating oneself from sin and aligning with his will. We see this in Proverbs 4:4-10, which reads, He taught me also and said unto me, Let your heart retain my words. Guard my commandments and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not. Neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall guard you. Love her, and she shall keep you. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom. And with all you're getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she will promote you. She shall bring you to honor when you embrace her. She shall give to your head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory shall she deliver to you. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of your life shall be many. Practical steps for continued awakening. Be still. Yahuwah tells us this in Psalms 46:10, and it reads, Be still, and know that I am Elohim. I will be exalted unto them and among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. Now study the scriptures. We should study actively, not passively. Studying the Torah to know Yahuwah's will. We see this in Joshua 1:7-9. And it reads, Only be strong and very courageous, that you may guard to do according to all the Torah, which Moshe my servant commanded you. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that you may prosper whithersoever you go. This sefer of the Torah shall not depart out your mouth, but you shall meditate therein day and night, that you may guard it, do according to all that is written therein. For then you shall make your way prosperous, and then you shall have good success. Have not I commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be dismayed, for Yahuwah Elohika is with you wherever you go. Pray for discernment, by asking Yahuwah for the Ruach HaKodesh, your set-apart spirit, to guide you in all truth. Test the spirit. Ensure that what you hear does not contradict Yahuwah's word. We see this in these two scriptures. First, we see it in 1 Thessalonians 5:21-23, which reads, Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Abstain from all appearance of evil, and the very Elohim, Shalom, sanctify you wholly. And pray to Elohim that your whole Ruach and soul and body be preserved blameless unto the coming of your Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach. And we see it also in 1 John 2:20, which reads, But ye have an unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things. These scriptures are confirmation of testing the spirits. So we see that if you be willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land, as said in Isaiah 1:19. The awakening is a journey of turning away from the ways of Babylon to follow the commandments of Yahuwah. Shalom, family.